Congress unveils new immigration reform inspired by Trump ERA policies. A new bipartisan immigration reform bill aims to reshape U.S. immigration policy, offering a pathway to legal status for millions of undocumented immigrants while strengthening border security. This historic proposal could finally bridge the divide on immigration and bring lasting change. If you're interested in this, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell on upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. Immigrants across the United States are celebrating a major milestone in immigration policy. Congress has just unveiled a sweeping new immigration reform bill inspired by Donald Trump-era priorities. This historic piece of legislation promises to grant legal status, permanent residency, and a pathway to U.S. citizenship for millions of undocumented immigrants who have lived in the U.S. for years, paid taxes, contributed to the economy, and maintained a clean criminal record. A bipartisan push. Legal status meets border security. What sets this new bill apart is its bipartisan foundation. For the first time in decades, Republican and Democratic lawmakers are coming together to support a bill that bridges the long-standing divide over immigration reform. Republicans have traditionally emphasized border security and enforcement, while Democrats have fought for pathways to citizenship for undocumented immigrants. This new legislation marries both priorities in a comprehensive and pragmatic framework. Senator Ruben Gallego, a Democrat and the lead sponsor of the bill, stated, "We don't have to choose between border security and immigration reform. We can and must do both." Why now? The reality of undocumented immigration in the U.S. The motivation behind this bill is rooted in political and economic pragmatism. The reality is that deporting millions of undocumented immigrants is neither feasible nor desirable. These individuals are not hiding. They are part of our communities. They work hard, support their families, pay taxes, and contribute to the economy. The bill recognizes this and aims to legalize their status while ensuring that those with criminal records are excluded from the benefits. The Republican Party, increasingly aware of demographic and economic realities, appears to be shifting its tone. Granting legal status to long-term undocumented residents who pose no threat to public safety is seen as a necessary step forward. Key provisions of the new immigration reform bill. This historic bill contains several groundbreaking provisions. Pathway to legal status and citizenship. Undocumented immigrants who have resided in the U.S. for several years, paid taxes, and have no criminal record will be eligible to apply for legal status. This legal status will eventually lead to permanent residency and U.S. citizenship, fulfilling a decades-long demand by immigrant communities and their advocates. Border security and enforcement. The bill increases funding for the U.S. Border Patrol, enhances technology at the southern border, and adds more agents to enforce immigration laws. This addresses long-standing Republican calls to secure the border and prevent further illegal entry. Asylum system reform. The bill proposes sweeping reforms to the asylum system. It increases the number of asylum officers, grants more jurisdiction to streamline the decision-making process, and reduces the years-long backlog that has kept applicants in limbo. Importantly, it also includes international measures requiring countries of origin to assist with asylum resettlement and combat the root causes of migration, including cartel violence and economic instability. Green card quota expansion. The legislation raises the annual quota for green cards, allowing more immigrants to apply for and obtain permanent residency in a timely manner. This change will reduce wait times and ease the backlog that has plagued the current system for years. Expansion of E-Verify. The bill also calls for increased use of E-Verify, the federal system that checks a worker's legal status. This aims to ensure that U.S. jobs go to legal residents and that employers follow immigration laws. Voices of support from both parties. The proposal has received praise from both sides of the aisle. Representative Vicente Gonzalez, a Democrat from Texas, emphasized the importance of combining humanitarian solutions with border enforcement. As a congressman from a border district, I know it's time to reform our asylum system, stem the flow of dangerous drugs by investing in our Border Patrol agents, and create legal avenues that address the root causes of irregular migration, said Gonzalez. This bill can finally allow South Texas and other border communities to prosper safely, a historic opportunity for millions of immigrants. This new immigration reform bill represents the first major bipartisan effort to reshape U.S. immigration policy in decades. Unlike previous proposals that failed due to partisan divisions, either focusing solely on enforcement or solely on legalization, this bill unites both priorities. If passed, it could become the most significant immigration overhaul in modern U.S. history, providing a lifeline to millions of immigrants who have long waited in the shadows for an opportunity to live legally and openly in the only country many of them have ever called home. Dems' immigration reform plan adds Border Patrol agents, offers select migrants pathway to citizenship. Arizona Democratic Senator Ruben Gallego unveiled a border security and immigration reform plan that was immediately endorsed by several House Democrats. Gallego, the son of Mexican and Colombian immigrants, offered a 5-pillar framework he said expresses a commitment to securing the southern border. "We don't have to choose between border security and immigration reform," Gallego said. "We can and should do both. Americans deserve the right to feel safe knowing their border is secure. But for decades, Congress has tried and failed to take action because politics got in the way. It's time to push forward and enact a plan that works," Gallego said. Typically seen as a Republican issue, Gallego's border security plan combines GOP priorities like staffing up the Border Patrol with Democrats' favorite pathway to citizenship for select migrants, in part for economic benefit. Gallego's plan also outlines asylum process reform by expediting people's passage through the system, and also seeking to enforce that other countries do their fair share to resettle asylum seekers and combat cartel violence and economic instability in their home areas. It increases the annual green card quota and increases the use of E-Verify, an application that verifies an employee's legal status when it comes to working in the U.S. in terms of asylum case reform. Gallego seeks to hire additional officers to process claims and afford them more jurisdiction in deciding the outcome of applicants' cases. "I commend Senator Gallego for this pragmatic and much-needed framework," said Representative Vicente Gonzalez, Democrat, Texas, a supporter of the plan. "More Democrats need to move to the middle on this issue and embrace this type of approach," he said. "As a border district congressman, I know it's past time to reform our asylum system, stop the flow of dangerous drugs by investing in our Border Patrol officers, develop legal pathways, tackle root causes of irregular migration, and ensure South Texas and communities all along the border can safely thrive." In the North, Representative Tom Suozzi, Democrat, New York, also lent his support to the plan. Senator Gallego is a serious Democratic leader, and I applaud him for offering a balanced immigration policy that secures our borders, fixes the broken asylum system, grows our economy, and treats immigrants with dignity. Suozzi told Fox News Digital, "We can achieve these goals without pandering to the far left's impractical demands or the far right's mean-spirited extremism." In a statement to Fox News Digital, White House spokesperson Kush Desai ripped Gallego's plan, saying he should read the news. "We don't need a new bill to secure our southern border and the illegal abuse of parole and get other countries to crack down on illegal migration into the United States. We just needed President Trump back in office." As Congress considers this groundbreaking bill, the future of millions of undocumented immigrants hangs in the balance. With a balance of border security and legal pathways, this reform could mark a new chapter in U.S. immigration history. That is all today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.
Congress unveils a new immigration reform inspired by Trump-era policies. A new immigration reform bill has been introduced in Congress, offering a pathway to legal status, permanent residency, and eventual citizenship for undocumented immigrants who have lived in the U.S. 4 years, pay taxes, and maintain a clean criminal record. The Bipartisan bill combines border security with humanitarian provisions, sponsored by Senator Ruben Gallego. It includes a 5-pillar framework that boosts funding for the Border Patrol, enhances surveillance, and aids more agents while creating legal pathways for eligible immigrants. It will also aim to overhaul the asylum system by hiring more officers and speeding of this decision making. It addresses root causes of migration, such as cartel violence and purposes, raising the green card cap and expanding E-Verify for legal employment. While supported by many lawmakers, some Trump-aligned Republicans criticize it if passed the bill could grant legal recognition and protection to millions of undocumented immigrants, marking a significant shift in the U.S. immigration policy.